Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean.Rampersaud. Today, I'm going to be talking about some questions that you need to ask a home builder if you're looking at purchasing a new home. The reason I put together this video is because I got burned by a home builder. These guys they sold me a house, they promised me kind of timelines, they promised me quality levels, and they promised that it would just get done, and it did not get done. So what ended up happening, and it was an absolute disaster, is the company that I had purchased the property from, I put a huge deposit down, $80,000. They went bankrupt. And so I didn't know this until about 6 months into the build. I realized after driving by, and I didn't drive by as often as I should have, that the builder, what they ended up doing is they weren't doing the work, they weren't getting it done. So they basically ran out of money, and then they sold their company. And I was lucky as hell that that company got sold. It ended up taking 2.5 years to finish the house, and it was not a very big house. This was like the third property or fourth property I had ever owned. I was young, I was in my 20s, and it was an absolute disaster. I finally got the home. The quality standards were not up to par. The flooring was a mismatch to what I had originally requested. They did not let me enter the property. So I want to make sure I give you some questions that you can ask a builder. I also did another video, and I want you to take a look at my YouTube channel about some of the builders and the names of companies that you can deal with. Some of these companies are Canada, some of them are US, but please take a look at that video because it's going to tell you which companies are really safe to build with. And there are safe companies to build with. Prior history, obviously I'm a mortgage broker right now, and that's why I'm putting the video out there, is because I want to help you get into a good mortgage and get a great rate. But I've also had a history of being a real estate agent in the past, and I've dealt with tons and tons of builders. I also flip a lot of houses and I've built houses myself, so I kind of know what to look for, and I want to get those things to you so you can save on any pain and hardship, like the pain and hardship I dealt with when I was in my 20s. Most people don't know what to look for, and a lot of real estate agents, I'm just warning you, also don't know what to look for. So stay tuned for the video. At the end of the video, if you could, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me get this information out to people that really need to know what's going on. In this case, in many other cases of horror stories I've seen in the market. So please like and subscribe to the channel. So I've got 19 questions that you need to ask a home builder if you're going to be purchasing a brand new home. And the first question is, how many homes have you built? So there are tons and tons of builders out there. I was just looking in the city that I live in, and there's hundreds and hundreds of builders. Most of them will advertise themselves as a builder. A lot of them have only built like one house or two houses, that type of thing. And you don't want to be dealing with companies like that. It's not safe. So you want to make sure that they're not going to run out of money. So how many homes have you built? If they tell you it's in the thousands, then you're probably pretty safe, because that means that they have cash flow to build thousands of homes. That might also mean that they have backing from a larger entity. The next question is, do you have a business review page? So Google reviews, to me, that's my number one way of doing this. You can also look at the Better Business Bureau. Facebook has a review section on it as well. What I would do if I were you is I'd look at as many reviews as possible. So try to get those addresses right from the builder. If they're discouraging you from looking at reviews, that means there's something in the reviews that you're going to want to read. So definitely look up those reviews and review them yourself so that you can really find out what's going on and if people have had any pain with that builder that you're thinking about dealing with. Next question that you would ask them is, do you have any lawsuits? So you can find out from the courts, it's also public knowledge as well, if there's any lawsuits happening about a company. In the city that I live in right now, there's one builder in particular that I can think about. And there was a lawsuit going on with this builder because he wasn't paying, or they weren't paying, their tradespeople. And the builder ended up getting shot and killed because he didn't pay his tradespeople. But there's a lot of other builders out there that are not paying their tradespeople or are doing something wrong, and there could be lawsuits going on about it. It could be a consumer lawsuit as well. Somebody bought a house from them, and then all of a sudden that person's not happy with something about the house or the warranty work that's happening with it. So you want to check if that builder has any lawsuits. Next question that you're going to ask is, do you want a completion mortgage or a draw mortgage? I have a little bit of take on this. If you don't know what a completion mortgage is when you your bank or your mortgager pays the builder at the end of the build. So you see what you're going to be living in. You do a walkthrough with the builder, and then your bank forwards the funds to the builder. A draw mortgage, and this happens often when you're doing it like a self build or something like that. But a draw mortgage is you pay your builder in stages as jobs are complete. So let's say the foundation is complete, then you give the builder a draw. So you might give them like $100,000 or something like that, whatever the first stage costs. What I like to see is a builder that would give you both options, or do the completion mortgage option. That means that they have cash flow to complete the job. Now, if it's like a $2 million build or something like that, I understand that a builder would want draws just because it can tie up so much cash flow until the completion of that job. But for most everyday, type properties under 500,000, or actually under 600,000, I would say you're going to want to deal with a builder that will do a completion mortgage for you. Next is, how much is the deposit? So if you're dealing with a big builder, usually the deposit should only be about 5%. The reason for the 5% deposit is because most mortgages require 5% down. So the builder might ask for 5% as a deposit. They might only ask for $1,000 deposit. I don't know what they're going to ask you, but if they're asking you for a 20% deposit, that means that the builder probably doesn't have enough cash flow, or they don't trust that you're going to be able to complete the transaction, or they know about something that's happening in the market that they want that security. So I would definitely find out what kind of deposit they're going to ask for. You don't want to get into the further stages where you're all excited, or your husband or wife is excited, or your kids, and then find out you have to put down like a massive deposit on the house. So to ask about that first. Do you already own the land? So if you're dealing with a builder, there's a good chance that you're going to be getting a property on new land. Actually, it's for sure. So basically, you're going to want to know where that land is in the neighborhood. And a lot of people forget this. I can't believe it. But I was talking to a builder buddy of mine the other day, and he's like, this person came into the show home and they bought the house. I didn't even tell them which lot number it was. So they didn't know where they were going to build. So this has happened to customers of mine in the past. They've gotten the crappiest location of lot, but they were just so excited about the house that they didn't think about it. And then they were on like a busy street. So you want to avoid that. The second thing that you got to be worried about with the lot is that, where's the house versus the backyard or the front yard? Like, where is it going to be placed on the lot? You want to know how big your backyard's going to be. You want to know how big your front yard's going to be. So that's another reason that you definitely going to want to be asking about the lot. Are appliances included? Some builders don't include appliances. Other builders will include a credit for appliances, and it's always too little to get good quality appliances. It'll get you like low end appliances. So for example, they might give you a $2,500 or a $3,000 credit for appliances. That's what most builders give. That's not going to take you very far. So you're definitely going to want to increase the appliance credit on most home builds if you can. Make sure you get a detailed spec sheet. So you're going to ask your builder, please provide a detailed spec sheet. You want to know what kind of insulation is going in. You want to know what kind of HVAC system is going in. You want to know all the specifications on the house to make sure that you're getting a good quality product, and then run that by any like construction friends you have to find out if what you're getting is good. Obviously, you're going to ask about the warranty. What is the warranty? So I'll tell you a little bit about warranties with new home builds. There's a few different types of warranties. Number one is the builder warranty. So the builder warranty is usually 1 to 2 years. That's where they cover basically everything. nails popping out of the wall because the house is settling, and that is a normal thing. They'll cover all the appliances, the electrical, the plumbing, you name it. The second type of warranty that there is called new home warranty. So it could be called progressive new home warranty is one of them. They have Alberta new home warranty. They have new home warranties for every state, every province, you name it. So find out about that. Normally it's a 10-year warranty. That's the new home warranty. And they're covering things like foundation damage, structure. They won't cover individual windows because that's a builder thing. Then the final warranty that you're going to be getting is going to be for the the product in the house. So the product could be like windows, it could be appliances, it could be, those are some of the things that you're going to be worried about. So those could be warranties of like 3 years, 5 years, who knows? But you're going to want to find out what all of those warranties are to make sure you're covered. After that, you're going to want to find out what changes you're allowed to make. So a lot of builders won't allow you to make any changes. You're going to want to know the details on the property, like what color flooring and can I change the wall color? If they don't let you do these things and you really want that, you want something specific. Like, for example, I would want a quartz countertop as an example, white with some or something like that to match with my furniture. If the builder doesn't give you the flexibility to be able to make some changes, then that could become a problem for you. So find out what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. Other people might want to add a room instead of having a bonus room. Just have that blocked off and be a bedroom. Some builders will do it, some builders won't. Even if it's a small thing, they might lose a deal for it. You also need to know what are the options and what are the upgrades. So some of the upgrades might include quartz countertops or a better closet or a better type of flooring material, that type of thing. So you need to know what the options are and what the upgrades are. Is basement development included? I'll tell you, most builders do not include basement development. So if you want the basement done, you can get a quote from the builder. It's actually always way cheaper to do it aftermarket yourself. But when you do it through the builder, it can be included in the mortgage. I do have a mortgage option called Purchase Plus Improvements where I can get basement development included in. So definitely, if you're new house, ask me about the Purchase Plus Improvements program before you decide to build the basement with the builder. The builders often will charge you double what a regular contractor would charge you. So ask me about that later. If you like the video so far, please like and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more information to come. All of my information is below. So if you want to get a hold of me and contact me in any way, just call me or email me. I'll have my information in the comments below. What are the benefits of dealing with your company? Every company, every person in the world knows what their value proposition is. So you want to be dealing with builders that have a value proposition. What's the big benefit in dealing with that company? Do they have did they win awards? What's good about them? Find that out. If they can't give you an answer to that question, that means there's probably not much good about that company, or they don't have a lot of experience, and you don't want to be dealing with companies like that. Do you have any rebates available? So I've got a strategy for rebates. Basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to negotiate on the price first, get the complete price, and then look at the company's website and then get them to add that rebate after negotiating. If they don't do it, then the rebate was baloney anyway. But if it's a real rebate, then like for example, a garage could be a type of rebate, then they'll include that. So you negotiate on your price first, then you get your rebate added on, which lowers the overall cost of the house for you. There, I just saved you 20 grand. Thanks. Do you have this type of house complete in another area? So one of the things that I always ask for is I want to see the house complete. A lot of times when you walk into a show home, the show home might not be exactly right for you, but then the builder will say, well, I've got this other house that looks like this and it fits all of your criteria. So you want to see that house if you possibly can. So there might be that house complete in another neighborhood and people are living in it already. So the builder can ask the current owners if you can go and view the property. I would definitely do that. And then you might ask the people a couple of questions like, was this builder good? What are there any deficiencies on the house? That type of thing. It gives you the most information that you can probably learn about the property and the builder. Are there extra hidden fees? So you want to ask that question for sure. One thing about hidden fees that I've found is that there can be hidden fees in a lot of different areas. So, for example, a builder might give a kickback to a mortgage broker for referring them, and so there could be hidden fees in getting the mortgage. So, if you're getting a mortgage on a new home build, you definitely want to give me a call first because I do not charge any fees to do a mortgage for you. And there's nothing built into the cost of the house or anything like that. You don't want to deal with the lenders that the builder is referring to you, because they have the builder's best interests at heart. When you deal with me, I always have your best interests at heart. There's more information about that on my website. You can take a look at it. It's www.lendramp.com. There's tons of information about buying homes from a builder on that site that will save you time and save you money. Do I have access to the house during the build? So I would negotiate, if I were you, on being able to view the house at multiple stages. I had a buddy of mine, he bought a house from a prominent builder, and he didn't go into the house, but he looked through the basement window, and there was a massive crack in the floor that the builder did not tell him about. They were going to go right over that with flooring, and my buddy realized that it was a huge crack actually, and it had buckled, and it was a big mess. So the builder didn't tell him about that. So you're going to want to be able to access the property prior to possession. If I were you and if I got the chance, I'd have them run the water lines for you to make sure that there's no leaks in the house prior to possession and prior to them putting the drywall on. Is there an HOA fee or a condo fee in the area? So if it's a condo or a townhouse that you're buying, there is definitely going to be condo fees, and the condo fees can be high. So you're going to want to find out about that. Neighborhoods charge HOA fees. Not every neighborhood, but some neighborhoods charge a homeowners association fee. So basically, it could be $1,000 a year. It could be 2,000. Mine's like $850 a year, but you can be charged that. If you don't know about that and it's a big surprise, that would suck. So find out about that. So a little off topic. One thing you're going to want to know from the builders how long they're going to take to build a house. And most builders, it takes anywhere between 8 months and 15 months to build a house. I have seen some things. So basically, if the builder's telling you that, make sure you read the reviews, find out about the timelines that people say. Builders always like to say it's going to be 8 months or 9 months. And then all of a sudden, it's been a year and a half, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Why isn't my house done? So you got to time yourself right. So make sure you look at the reviews about the builders. And if you have any questions about that, definitely give me a call, because I have dealt with most of these builders at one point or the other, or one of my customers has dealt with them. So I can kind of give you the timelines that we have seen. And if you want to know who the really crappy builders are, definitely call me about that as well. I know about that. I can't put that in my video, obviously, because I don't want to get sued. But definitely reach out to me, or comment in the comments below, and I'll reach out to you and direct message you about who you shouldn't be dealing with. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. My name is Sean.Rampersaud. Again, please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. There's way more videos about this on my website and on my YouTube channel, so check it out. Thanks.